And there I am laying in bed, and this strange man comes walking in the room. Good morning, friends. It is Tuesday, November 26th, just kicking off the vlog here from the ranch. It's Thanksgiving week, and so we are just relaxing these days and having a good time. We are planning our Thanksgiving lunch. We sat about and decided, what dish does each person just have to have on Thanksgiving? So we're trying to minimize it, but we want to make it right for everybody. So I picked sweet potatoes. Aside from turkey and dressing, I mean, that was a given for everybody. We're going to have a lot of pies because everybody had a particular request. And so that's probably the only thing we're going to go overboard on, but you never know. Anyway, I'm going to be taking you guys along for all that. So you get a glimpse of our little Thanksgiving here on the ranch. By the time you're watching this, Thanksgiving will be well over with. We'll kind of take you along, give you a little bit of scenery. And oh my goodness, look who showed up.
A little bit of scenery.
yeah, that's a little bit more exercise. A little bit more scenery than we all needed this morning. All right, so we are hopefully gonna get the grandkids and go to the donut shop this morning. Sometimes our plans change, but I'm sorry, I have an arm sticking out my ear. You never know what you're gonna get. You just never know what you're gonna get. Glad you all are here, and let's see what all we get into in this video. I gotta close this out before it gets any. Well, instead of the donut shop this morning, we went to Adriana's Taqueria, which is one of our favorite places. And when I was looking at my phone, I noticed that we had a little visitor, a little possum, or quite a big possum, on our porch last night, looking to eat the cat's food. Well, that was weird. I came back over here because I kept falling asleep at Katie's. I guess I'm just relaxed, and I just thought, I'm just going to come back over to the guest house and take a nap. So I got into my pajamas where I could be comfortable, and I had just almost fallen asleep. I was just in that state. And I thought I heard somebody at the front door, and there I am laying in bed, and this strange man comes walking in the room. Nobody else here. I don't have a car out front. It was just a very scary moment. And I just looked up and I said, well, hello. He must have thought I was crazy. I didn't know. I mean, what else do you say when you greet somebody that's walking in your bedroom? I mean, get out. I mean, you have to assume you're on friendly terms at that point. So, or I certainly was hoping it was going to be that way. Not that friendly, but I mean, you know what I mean. He goes, oh, I'm so sorry. Nobody was here just a few minutes ago. And I was like, okay, yeah, I just came back over from next door to take a nap. And he's like, oh, okay, well, nobody was here a few minutes ago. We're going to work on they've got some problems with the toilet back here that they're working on. And we were told if they showed up, just tell them to come back later. So I just said, well, they told me to tell you to come back later. So he was just very apologetic. He said, I am so, so sorry. But, it was just kind of weird. It's just it was just awkward. I was just like, is he really going to sit here and just chat with me while I'm sitting here in bed? I'm like, I don't think I'll ever forget that. It was just a strange feeling. I felt so vulnerable. And there was this big, burly man behind him, and I'm like, this could be the end of me right here. But I lived. I lived to survive it and tell the story. And I'm not in the mood for a nap now. I'm awake now. I'm awake now. I don't ever want that to happen again. I'm scared now. Okay, so finally we got to go to Breckenridge Donuts and take the grandkids there. I apologize for my voice. I am still recovering from the flu and apparently bronchitis. So, yay me, but I'm okay. And so then we took them to the park and let them play. Of course, the baby slept in his stroller, but George played his frisbee and all was good. Good morning. It is Wednesday, the 27th, the day before Thanksgiving. And I just came back next door to the guest house to reboot the laundry. Had to stop and do some whites. I've done one load of darks, probably gonna have to do one more because I only have 2 pair of jeans, an ankle pair and a set of capris. It's too cold for the capris, it's too cold for the ankle wear because you gotta wear flip-flops with those. I have to keep doing laundry, darks and whites, to have enough jeans and underwear. So anyway, we just got back from the park and that was fun. It was very windy. It was between 64 and 70 when we're there. The warmer air is moving in, but it's very breezy and it's kind of a cool breeze. Really worried about the baby. The baby has a cough. We were definitely out there in the wind with him, and he was in his stroller and a blanket and everything, but he's just coughing a lot. So I hope he's okay. You know how these things go on Thanksgiving Day. Baby gets a fever, needs to see doctor, always on a holiday or a weekend. Hopefully he will be fine. And I just thought while I'm here, I'll have some pimento and cheese. I thought I'd finish that bite before I came back. We are just having a really good time. The past couple of days have been very relaxing. Katie kind of felt like she needed to entertain us by taking us, back to Mineral Wells or Dallas, or, there's a museum there that River would like to see, but it's like 2 or 3 hours back to Dallas to do all that, and George and I are just like, can we just hang out? I'm especially needing to hang out, and I think the time has been very good for us because we've read, we've played games, I've been able to do some planning for next year. It's just been great. So I realize when I go back to work, things are going to be chaotic for about 3 weeks, but then it'll be over and then I can breathe again, just kind of like we are here in Texas, only I'll be busy when we're at home. The funny thing about planning the new year, it's like I'm just going to want to do all the things in January. but it's okay. I don't have to hurry to do anything, you know. I can just enjoy what I'm doing, and it's okay to dive into all of it at the same time. I'm totally okay with it. I was trying to go with my theory of planning my year out, planning it by month, you know, and it's like, well, what all do I want to do in January? I want to do it all in January. I was having trouble spreading it out over the year. It's like, I want to work in the basement. I want to start my exercise program. I want to start helping mom. You know, I want to cook more, do all the things. And it's like, yeah, I just want to do it all in January. I can't spread it out during the year. Then I realized, well, the only reason I was spreading things out during the year is because I worked and I didn't have time to do it all. Then I realized, you know, my planning theory of planning it, you know, do this in January, do this in February, and do this in March is just not going to work. That was based on my working schedule. Yeah, it was just kind of a relief to know that, yeah, I can just do what I want when I want. That's appealing, huh? Anyway, I'm just chatting along. I'm going to sit here and eat my pimento and cheese. Everyone next door will be wondering where I am. So I'm going to eat this and head back over. For Thanksgiving, all I'm making is sweet potatoes. Katie's making her pies today. I think she's making green bean casserole. Some things are probably going to be made tomorrow because they're just easier to do that. Like I'll be baking my potatoes tomorrow. There's no need to bake them earlier unless somebody's going to need the oven, so, which is a possibility. But anyway, I'm going to do Christmas cards today, and I'll probably finish them up tomorrow. And Katie and I have started a puzzle. All right, I'm going to finish this up and head on over because I have a lot to do this afternoon. Puzzling. I'm really having fun with Candy Crush. I'm crushing it. So puzzle, games, reading, playing with grandsons after their naps, and all that. Hope you all are having a good Thanksgiving, even though it'll be 2 weeks after by the time you see this. I just remembered I needed to tell you a couple of stories. So, you know, when you're in a strange place, sometimes you hear things that you don't normally hear. And I got up around 5:15 one morning and I heard something in here in the kitchen area. And I said to myself, it's just the ice machine. And then I heard a man's voice and I thought to myself, you're hearing things. That's not a man's voice. Don't get excited. It's all good. Just keep going. Turn your phone light on. So I did. Shined it ahead. And about that time, I heard a man's voice again. And I'm like, okay, that was definitely a man's voice. George is back in there in bed. There's people in this house. They're talking to one another. We don't know if they're friendly. We don't know why they're here. But I guess it's really strange that I didn't panic. I was just like, okay, this is happening. And we're going to turn on our light and see what the situation is. And we're either going to face this. But George is in, the back bedroom. So soon he will know that there's people here also. I don't know. I was just really shocked at how calm I have been in these situations where I've been taken by surprise by strange voices or men. I don't know where the calmness is coming from. But it was kind of like, okay, there's a bear. Let's just slowly back up. That's kind of what my mentality was. I turned the light on and I saw what the problem was. You know what the problem was? It was George. He was not in bed. He was sitting on the toilet in all his glory. Hey, good morning. So, yeah, there's been a lot of strange occurrences in this house, and yeah, that was one of them. I also had a dream about work. I got there at work and everything was different. Everything was just organized entirely differently. And I remember thinking, wait, this is not right. This, I had everything organized, ready to go. And okay, let me just stop right here and tell you that as I'm editing this, I do realize that when I got back from this trip, the lady that's replacing me had told me that she wanted to rearrange the office. So at the time that I was having this dream, she was actually preparing to change and move the office all around. So that does bring a new light to this dream and how I would feel, once I saw that the office had been moved around. I didn't really even connect the two until after I started editing this video, so I really thought that was interesting. Okay, let's carry on with my thoughts here. Things are not organized the way that I had them, and this is just not going to work, And then I was trying to figure it out and let people know this is not going to work, but then all of a sudden everything worked. And I'm like, oh. And I just stood back and watched, and everything worked just like it was supposed to. And I'm like, well, okay, things are okay. Things can operate without me. I've been feeling that way anyway, I've been trying to watch the person that's replacing me at work. For the most part, during payroll, during the critical parts. But it is really hard to see what people are doing aside from that. You can't watch over the shoulder on the calculator, you could, but so, I've already stepped back quite a bit. I'm just kind of there. We've already talked about me just, being a reference point at this point, but I kind of really already have stepped back, and there's, I don't know, this dream was just like confirmation to me. I'm getting so many text messages right now. The Nashville Pet Spa is sending pictures of Dexter and Maddie. I'll show you the pictures right here. Here they are. So cute. I appreciate them sending these pictures. I guess what I'm trying to say is that I really have stepped back and I'm not worried about anything anymore. Everything's just kind of changed hands, and the next 3 weeks are just really going to be hard. And I think I know they're going to go fast, but they're going to be hard. They're going to be hard in the way that, number one, I have to be there, and I've already just checked out, And when I say that, I don't mean that I don't care. It's just in my mind, I've already moved on, and taken this step. So I'm ready for retirement. I'm so ready for it. And I find things to do during the day. I don't ever have any problem finding anything to do anywhere I am in life, as long as I have a phone, a pen, and a piece of paper. I've been that way all my life. I can entertain myself and often do prefer to be alone sometimes. Not always, definitely not always. Don't get me wrong. I'm just a introvert. I'm a nerd, and that's kind of the way we are, but it's just like right now, I'm sitting here videoing and having lunch by myself at the ranch house and doing the laundry and thoroughly having a good time. It doesn't mean I don't love my family next door. I'm going to head over there in a minute, but this is how I get more energy. I guess that dream just kind of sparked this conversation, and that I have moved on. And it is going to be hard when I go back to work, because I've had so many good friends there, and I'm just so appreciative to everyone you know, being willing to work with me and my weird, quirky ways, because there's just some things about my brain and the way that I work that I have to do certain things in order, and I have to do, you know, things a certain way. But then when I do them, I usually do them correctly, and I usually go overboard in doing them, and I'm usually double and triple checking them. And so I think in the long run, people have learned to just let me be how I am, and they know that I'm going to be overly concerned about something, or I'm going to be pointing out things, or I'm going to be diving into things into detail, whether I'm writing it, speaking it, watching out after it. You know, so I mean, I think I kind of leave a legacy of that, you know, just and I'm just so appreciative for people just letting me be me. There used to be a time when I would just be upset if things didn't go well. I don't know. Once I hit about 55, I kind of quit being upset. But you know, I'd have to cry it out. I mean, you know, I would try my best to hide it, but I would have to go, you know, to the bathroom, or I don't know. I've always taken things so personally, or you know, it would just hurt my heart, hurt my spirit if something went wrong. So I just appreciate anybody and everybody who has worked with me through my personality. It's not even really a personality. It's just kind of the way I've been. I'm just weird and quirky. So, but I am going to miss all the people that I'm working with, and I'm going to miss parts of that office routine. But, you know, I'm definitely going to be, you know, focusing on the YouTube business, our home, our wellness, and cooking, and doing some things personally, and of course helping Mom. And I'm just very passionate about all of the new things I'm going to do, but it is going to be hard closing things out, saying goodbye. But I don't know, I think that dream was just important to kind of, it's just maybe one of the last steps of letting go, because it's just nothing is in my control anymore there, and that's okay. I don't want it to be, and I'm not having trouble with it being that way. I used to be proud of being an HR manager, and I don't know that I've been proud of being a payroll manager, but it's been an okay job for me, and it's what I needed as a step down job to step down in the last few parts of my career. I could not have done the HR job and done what we've done with Mom. And everything else. So it was perfect, and God took care of that, and I got out of HR right before COVID. And I'm really thankful for that, because I was really burnt out in it, because I was, you know, I'm very detailed, and it was just taking me too long to get everything done that needed to be done. I'm just glad I moved on. There were some other issues that I was glad to get away from, and so it wasn't just the HR field alone. There was definitely some issues there that I just said no. But it all worked out, and I'm glad it did. And I will say, though, I never had the desire to go back into HR. Thought about leaving the company at one point, and then decided, you know, I really don't want to do that. I just want to do payroll. I just want to do a job that has boxes that's the same every week, and you tick it off. It was never, I can't say it wasn't ever boring. Sometimes it was in the last year, but most every day was different, but every week was the same. I'm through with my chatty little vlog now. I just had to talk about my dream, and that kind of is taking over my Texas vlog here. There's just not a lot to show you guys in Texas, because we're just kind of hanging out and having fun right now. But we'll be doing our Thanksgiving tomorrow, and I'll probably cut most of my conversation out here. If I have too long of a video, I'll have to cut parts of this out. They're asking me where I am now, so I've got to get back over there. See ya. Bye. Hey guys, it is Thanksgiving morning. We've slept in. Sleeping in means about 6. That's fine. I have the breakfast going this morning. Got eggs and toast. Chose to forego the bacon. We're gonna save some of our breakfast materials for in the morning. We chose to kind of hang out here at the guest house for a little while Katie and Cody and the kids have some morning time together. Cody's off this morning, and we just thought we'd give them some family time before we went over. We're just gonna fix up a little breakfast here, so I'll be back in just a second. I gotta go flip the eggs. I did want to show you guys the plates that they have here, the dishes, because I kind of want to remember this for myself too. But look at these. They're really pretty. Oh me, look what I have behind me. These were made in Portugal, and I did look this up a couple of years ago when we were here because I really like these. I have since bought some different dishes, so I'm not going to go with these, but I do really like these, and you know, maybe in the future. These are the small size. They have bigger size plates. They have bowls. They have mugs. And then there's like really huge bowls, and all of it matches, and it's just really nice. I really like it. All right, we're gonna eat breakfast. Check you guys later. Yeah, you've been in my cabinet. Oh, and here's the mug. I wanted you to see that because we like the shapes of our mugs.
There's my mug.
Okay, so I'm gonna have peanut butter and jelly with mine. I haven't had peanut butter and jelly in so long. I used to have it all the time when I was a kid, but I found blackberry preserves, and that was from Walmart here in Breckenridge. So I'm gonna have blackberry jelly and peanut butter.
What's your George Dickel sauce?
No, thank you.
So our Thanksgiving dinner was just absolutely wonderful. Everything we wanted it to be. The food was just amazing. The ambiance was straight on. And look at that dish. Oh my gosh. Everything we wanted. So perfect. I love Thanksgiving on the ranch. The next day we went shopping in downtown Breckenridge. We went to Bertie and Olaf, which is one of my favorite shops in Breckenridge, and we went to several others as well and had a great time. Did a little bit of Christmas shopping and bought a few things for myself.
All right, the sun is coming up. 7 o'clock Saturday morning. And we're headed home from Texas. Kind of sad to leave, but also kind of ready to see our babies, you know. We miss them. But we're headed to Hot Springs first, and then we'll head back to Nashville, Mount Juliet tomorrow. All right, let's get this journey done. Get to Hot Springs. It's going to be a pretty ride watching the sunrise. Got to make a little pit stop to the Buc-ee's. Here in Hot Springs. It's been a good little drive coming in. We're at Hampton Inn. Here's what it looks like. First of all, you have a Mr. George.
Hey, we're in Hot Springs. Let's take a hot shower.
Yeah, it's got a picture of the bath houses there, if you can see it. All right, so have a king size picture of some falls. I'm not sure what that is, but I'm sure it's Arkansas related.
I'm sure it's in the national park.
Interesting artwork. And there is our view, which is not bad at all. The sun is about to go down.
Oh, it's really good out that way.
Yeah.
Full hill.
Yeah, really pretty view. This is the wallpaper in the bathroom. I really like it. It's like textured. It's kind of cool. This is the bathroom. Very, very basic. Just a basic old bathroom. But not every bathroom has a George in it.
X-day on the wallpaper.
Oh, you don't like it?
I don't like spending money on wallpaper.
Oh, I don't really like wallpaper in particular, but I do think that's neat. I noticed it right away. We're going to be heading out to dinner here in a few. We're just going to head out into the community. Maybe, I don't really know what we're going to do. We may hit a shop or two, but then we're going to go to a place called the Filling Station, I think, if it's still open, and grab dinner. We enjoyed it last time, so we're just glad to be off the road. We'll have to hit it again in the morning on the way home for another 6 hours or so. We're trying to figure out what to do, and I think we've decided to go to Ollie's. It's gonna be in the 30s tonight, and he's got on flip-flops. He's looking for his other shoes, but I'm kind of shopped out. I think overall I'm just tired and ready to be home, and we get to see our babies tomorrow. You know, it's always a fun little stop in Hot Springs, so we'll make the most of it. And then I'm okay with an early evening and getting in some reading or something. So putting on the tennis shoes.
Smell these socks.
No, I'm good, thank you. It is, I don't know, about 6:30, and the sun is coming up, and we're making our way back towards Nashville from Hot Springs. It's gonna be a long 6-7 hours. We stop a couple of times. It's gonna be great to get home. Yay, we get to see the doggies. I am so tired. We did sleep good last night though. Thank you, Hampton Inn. Time to go get the doggies.
Dog 30.
Yeah, let's
Wonder if
do
they
it.
missed us.
I bet they did.
We'll see.
I sure missed them.
Yep.
All right, let's go get these babes. Dexter, Maddie. Hey, bud. Hey, Maddie. Hey. Thanks for letting me get this on video. Good morning. Good morning, Maddie Choo. Good morning. Are you ready to get up? Got a little cold. You got a little cold. I'm so glad you're home. I'm so glad you're home. I missed you so much. Yeah, I missed you. You missed me too?